Welcome back, everyone. I noticed in my last weapon dupe videos that a lot of people were having difficulty getting the timing for the fusion right, so I went and did a little digging and came across another method for weapon duplication that's significantly easier than the last one and still works on version 1.2.0. So I'm going to be teaching you how to do that today. The glitch we'll be using is called Smuggle Desync and was discovered by Mozz. As always, I'll have links down in the description. Real quick, there are a couple of key terms that I want to go over before we get into everything, because it's just going to make things significantly easier on both my end and your end when it comes to explaining things. And those terms are target item and donor item. Target item is going to refer to the weapon or equipment that you're duplicating, and donor item is going to refer to the item that you're sacrificing in order to duplicate the target item. And that's it, just those two terms, like I said, just to make things much easier and much clearer when it comes to explaining. Now, for your requirements, this is going to work for weapons, shields, and bows, and it's going to work the exact same way for all three of them. So unlike the last video, you don't have to worry about, like melee and shields having their own method and then bows having an entirely separate method. This is going to be the same process for all three. It's just cut and paste. It's a lot easier to keep track of. So you're going to want your target item, and then you're going to want one donor item for every time you want to duplicate the target item. So if my target item is the MSG and I want to duplicate 4 of these, then I will need 4 donor items. Unlike the last process, these donor items will be completely lost. There is no fusion, there's no entanglement, which means there's no going to Peloson to get them back at the end. So I would recommend going and collecting like tree branches or sticks or just some other throwaway junk to do this with. And then obviously we're going to need a like. As for where, just like last time, we're going to be doing this near the Gutenbach Shrine on the east side of the Great Sky Island. You just warp here. Once you load in, just run straight forward and jump down to this little ledge down here. And right inside the cave is the like that we're going to use. Now, since the process for doing this is identical for melee, shields, and bows, I'm only going to be demonstrating it once, and I'm going to be doing it with a melee weapon. So if you're doing this with a shield or a bow, you can follow the exact same steps, just replace the melee weapon I use with the shield or the bow that you're going to use, and it will work out exactly the same. And this will work on any equipment that you can drop. To my knowledge, the only thing that you can't use this to duplicate is the real Master Sword, and that's just because we can't drop it. Anything else, including the MSG, this should work 100% fine for. So to start off, the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you have no equipment on. You want to make sure you unequip any bow, shield, and melee weapon that you have. You want no equipment on. And now, if you haven't seen my last video, we're going to go over the timing for the like really quickly, because this is going to be important. You're going to need to know this. So when I get close, you'll see that he's going to open his mouth and there'll be a red bulb there. And you'll see that that bulb pulses, and it's going to pulse 5 times, just like that. And right after the 5th one is when it lunges to bite you. That 5th pulse is the one that we're looking for. So 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. That 5th one is the one that we're timing for. And then as far as position, this first little strip of stone right here is where we're going to be dropping our equipment. This isn't 100% necessary. This is just the position that I like to use because it's the timing that I'm comfortable with. So I'm just gonna come up here and get this out of the way so he doesn't interrupt me while I'm setting up. And I'm gonna drop my donor weapon. So for this, we'll use this for the donor weapon. And now what we're going to do is, once I unpause and this hits the ground, we're going to turn around and we're going to stand next to it, ready to pick it up. And we're going to watch the like, and when he opens its mouth on that 5th pulse, either right on or just slightly after, you're going to press A to pick up the item, and you should grab it right as you get eaten by the like, or just before you get eaten by the like. The timing is not super strict, so don't worry about being exactly perfectly in time. You can grab it a little early. Like I said, this is significantly more forgiving than the last one. So I'm gonna do that right now. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now you'll see on the right side that the item is picked up. If you don't see that, you need to start over. And now you'll see the Royal Guard Spear was stolen. If you don't see that message, you need to start over. and then you'll see that in my inventory, it shows that I have this equipped, but in game, it's not there. If you are not in this state, then you need to hit the like with an elemental fruit, shoot it, and get it to spit out your item, and then try again. Or you can just reload the save that we made at the start and just try again that way. But those are the 3 things that you want to look for, is the indicator on the right side when you press A that says that you've picked the item. And then when it spits you out, the indicator that says that the item was stolen. But once you're in that position where it spit you out, it looks like you don't have the item equipped, but in your menu, it says that you have it equipped. You want to go into your map, and we're going to teleport right back to the Gutenbach Shrine. You can go anywhere, but this is just going to be the most convenient if you want to keep doing this. Now, what this does is when we load out of there, we're actually unloading the version of the weapon that the like still had in its mouth, which causes a full desync with our inventory. Like you can see, still holding it in the menu, but now I don't even have that janked little accessory piece hanging off the side of me anymore. It's completely unloaded. So we're in a full inventory desync. So from here, you want to find your target weapon, the one that we're duplicating. For this, I'm going to use a ladle, and we're going to drop it. We're going to close out of the menu, and then we're going to pick it back up. And then you'll see in our hand, it looks like the ladle. In the menu, it looks like the spear, or whatever your donor item was. So then once again, we're going to drop it, and you'll see it drop as the target weapon. And then when you pick it back up, it will now have completely transformed into the target weapon. So that's the duplication finished. That's all there is to it. And then if you wanted to go down and do it again, all you need to do is just run forward, jump back down here, and just set it right back up. So as I said in the beginning and multiple other times throughout this video, while there is still some timing to this, it is nowhere near the difficulty of the last timing. Like, we're talking entirely different solar systems of difficulty. This is, by and large, in my opinion at least, or to my knowledge, the easiest method for duplicating weapons on version 1.2.0. And now, for those of you who are more familiar with inventory or equipment desync and how that works, you may have already realized this, but yes, this process can also be used to achieve WST or weapon stat transfer. However, that's going to be getting an entire video of its own because in my experience, there tends to be a lot of confusion when you try and pair them together in the same video like I did last time. So I'll be putting out a dedicated weapon stat transfer video for this method for 1.2, so keep an eye out for that if you're interested in that. And that's going to wrap it up for this one. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any new videos. If you'd like to come hang out with us in the Discord, there's a link down in the description. As always, if you liked the video or if this helped you out, do me a favor, leave it a like, and let me know down in the comments. Those things really do help out, and I'll see you in the next one.